Hello, hello, and welcome to Olive Channel's weekly news update for the week of July 13th through 19th. And I feel like we're starting to fall into a nice, steady flow again of content creation, which is really good. I've settled into my brand new job very nicely, and that has helped to facilitate me being able to get a more regular streaming schedule again, and just overall, things are going very good on my end. And that's going to have positive effects on the channel, so yay! Here is this week's YouTube schedule, and let's talk a little bit about it, huh? So as a quick brief overview, we have, as picked by Ko-fi supporters, new episodes of Hitman World of Assassination going up every day. As picked by Discord supporters, new episodes of Death Stranding going up every day. And as picked by me, we have Borderlands on Thursday, Fallout Dead Money on Friday, and Hero Infinite on Saturday. Excuse me, I'm getting... It's always right when I start recording that I get indigestion. It's never beforehand. I'll feel totally fine, and then I'll start recording, and then I'll feel like... It's the worst. Oh, but yeah, look at all that wonderful stuff. Of note is that there's a whole bunch of new votes for Ko-fi supporters to take a look at. You know, all of the new month polls have gone up amongst... I've even created a couple of new ones since. There's a vote on whether or not we should keep Hitman going or retire it to be only happening on Wednesdays as World of Assassination Wednesdays and move on to another game as the daily series. I want to give Ko-fi supporters the chance to move on from this game now that we're done with the main story. And since I've decided thoroughly that I want to keep it as a mainstay of the channel. There's votes on what kind of creative content you want to see me do, whether you want to see me work on art projects, Hero Infinite, bring back Sunless Sea or make Fallout Daily again, things like that. And then, you know, there's all of the other polls that we usually hold, like what game should I play, what do you want out of Hero Infinite, etc, etc. Good times, good stuff. With the Ko-fi stuff aside, oh, actually, not aside with the Ko-fi stuff, can't believe I almost forgot this. Big thank you to my wonderful Ko-fi supporters. To my wonderful... There we go, the thing delayed appearing. Yeah. Thank you very much to... Let's peek up here. Thank you very much to Candlecorn, with additional thank you to Barbara and Destratos at the 0.5 tier, and a double thank you to Atomic Squid at the double tier. Thank you, thank you. These wonderful people up the channel exist, contribute to polls that affect the future of the channel, etc., etc. I can speak. Yee. So let's talk a little bit about this week's videos. In the end of Hitman World of Assassination, we are wrapping up we are starting the Sniper Assassin mode, having finished all of the escalation missions, and we will very quickly move from that to doing the Elusive Target Arcade, which is going to be very fun. A whole bunch of Elusive Target Arcade content. It's basically more elusive targets, but with higher stakes, because if I die, I have to wait a whole day to play more. So, you know, fun. Meanwhile, man, I just realized the 13th has both Hitman Sniper Assassin and Death Stranding Sniper Elite. 2 sniper-focused episodes going up the same day. With Death Stranding, we are, you know, we are thoroughly... Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. Yeah. We're thoroughly into, like, the main game proper, out of the tutorial zone into the main focus of the story, and by the end of this week, we will be making it to the first big boss of the game, which is something very cool and nice to look forward to. Also, oh, you know, I wasn't able to mention it, during last week's thing, like, news update, because, I didn't record it until after the news update, but... If you go back and peek right before this, after last week's Hero Infinite episode, there is actually an entire series recap that you can watch right now. It recaps the first 20 episodes of the plot and the general vibe of the world in order to give you everything you need to be jumping in into this week's episode as your first one if you don't want to have to watch, you know, 20 plus hours of content to get into the series. You know, it's a good new starting point for you. Words, I can speak them. Hang on, I'm very warm. I'm unzipping my sweater. Ooh my. On this week's Borderlands, what do we do? Oh, cleaning the streets. Oh, yeah. We are thoroughly in, what I think up to this point is the most interesting part of the game. New Old Haven? Old Haven. We're in Old Haven having a very, very good time. On the end of Fallout New Vegas Dead Money, we are meeting another one of our our casino heist companions. And then, capping off the week with episode 21 of Hero Infinite, we have Venom. Where, you know, the Venom plotline that has been developing subtly in the background over time hits a good big sort of crescendo point of sorts. So, you know, good times happening all around. Good times happening all around. In terms of what to expect with streams this week. Words. Some of you may know that I already last week streamed the return of the Tears of the Kingdom 100 Years Later series. Yee, so that's going to be getting streamed semi-regularly again, because it was voted on by all of you to be brought back as a thing, you know. You all want to see more art content. You all wanted that art content to specifically be Tears of the Kingdom 100 Years Later, so y'all are going to be getting more of that. In addition, I'm going to be trying to stream a little bit more Hitman, a little bit more Death Stranding, but of course Death Stranding is only really able to be streamed later at night due to things. But on a positive note, my brother has just beaten Death Stranding 2. Yeah, he steamrolled through the game. But because he has been able to beat the game, it means that he's not going to be pulling all-nighters trying to play as much of it as he can before going to bed as much. Which means I'm going to get a hold of it a little bit sooner every night in all likelihood, which is a very nice benefit. It means we'll be getting, you know, longer streams of it when we do it. But those things combined, yeah, I know a thing worth note in regards to all of this is I've finally built my backlog back up. I have a backlog of videos, which is fantastic. That's why Tears of the Kingdom 100 Years Later is coming back, not this week, but soon. Generally speaking, I have more time for content creation again, because my backlog is built up. Now, I'm going to try and be trepidatious, not force myself into things headlong too much, but we might see some more bonus series popping up here and there for me to try and do. You know, there's the possibility that Hitman will move to be Wednesdays, with another new playthrough in its place, depending on how people vote. The Tears of the Kingdom series, I'm going to be, as a result, throwing it up on Tuesday, just to leave the Wednesday slot open to be safe. And I might even go ahead and bring Sunless Sea back, as time comes on, depending on how things go. And, I may also be debating whether or not, so, when I was, for a very brief stint, playing Minecraft with my friends, on that server that is now dead, it was very popular. You all very much enjoyed it. So I'm thinking, you know, it could be fun to maybe do a Minecraft hardcore series on Minecraft Mondays. No promise, but, you know, if you're interested in it, let me know down below and it might just become a thing. I'd want to bring back Sunless Sea first. And I have another series in the work that I'm going to be doing with friends, also relating to the polls that have been going on that all of you have been requesting. And I'm also on and off talking with my friend Broditis, who's been uploading videos to YouTube of him playing a Mario Pokemon ROM hack. There's talks of us maybe doing something like a Soulbound Pokemon playthrough, which could be very fun, but that's all in the works. He's a very busy guy, so getting him together for recordings and streams can be difficult, as I'm sure you've noticed if you're a Hero Infinite fan. Yeah. Just a lot of projects can now start to get a roll going again now that I'm, you know, caught up on my backlog and life is stabilized, because I was in a very hectic period for the last couple months. My healthcare had been dropped, so I was trying to go through paperwork and fix that. Now I got doctor's appointments coming up again, but that's gonna be good. I was in between jobs and there was a weirdness going on with that, but now my new job work schedule has stabilized. It means I probably won't stream early in the day as much anymore and mostly do late night streams, but it's just put me back on a much more regular day-to-day life schedule and a much more calm vibe with my days, which is very nice. No, things are going positive, and that means things will likely get upgraded here on the channel. Now, honestly, the more I'm looking at things, I don't think I'm gonna bring back Fallout Daily. One, people aren't really voting for it in the Ko-fi. And two, I think rather than doing daily Fallout videos, I'd rather go back to a vibe we had earlier in the channel's lifespan of a bit more variety. And so what might happen, no guarantee, if we hit the point where this entire bonus section column, Sunday to Wednesday, all of those get filled back in with new content again, what I might start doing is I might create a second bonus column. No promise, you know, it's a big maybe, a big what if, but that I might do that and instead do more various weekly content complementing everything else. Things like maybe I'll do on Fallout Fridays a second Fallout playthrough of another game. You know, like maybe I'll do 76 with my friends if I can get together with them. Thursday might just become a gaming with friends day, and alongside Borderlands with Doodles we might see either more Grounded with Doodle or something else. Saturday might see, you know, we might see more companion series crop up, and there's a lot of things I'd love to do, and it's just, you know, scheduling is hard. Like, I'm actually going to go ahead and give you all an idea that I've been sitting on for a while that I want to do, but is just very difficult because I would need to orchestrate a lot of people together, and I just don't have the time or ability to do that. I want to do Craft Masters. If you've ever seen the show Taskmaster, the whole bit of that is that they get a bunch of comedians together and give them goofy tasks and challenge them to do them, and they all compete to do them. And it's very funny. I want to do that in Minecraft with my friends. I want to do Craft Masters, where I get all of them together in one world. I'm in creative, they're all in survival, and I'm like, alright, for the first episode of Craft Master, your challenge is survive the first night. What does that mean? I'll let you decide. You know, the commands are going to be very expressly ambiguous. But yeah, it's, all stuff I am looking forward to. Yeah. I really want to do more with the channel. Really badly. And, you know, a good way to help with that, if you want to see more happen on the channel, is supporting me on Ko-fi. The Ko-fi monthly news update went up last week talking about the Ko-fi, but, you know, we got stretch goals, and if I can get enough money, I want to hire editors. I want to be able to... And actually, I haven't talked about it much on the Ko-fi, but ultimately, when I hit the point of my own stability, and I'm making more money, I want to immediately begin funneling that additional money into my other content creating friends. I would love to, like, be able to hire Doodle and Broditis as full-time streamers if I could afford to do that, you know? Because they're funny people, and I know they could make amazing content if they were paid to do it, you know? Just... I wanna do more for all ya, you know? I wanna not only make this channel better, but I wanna do stuff with the Gas Network. This channel is, you know, a little way for me to use my free time to hopefully get the means I need to create, because that's all I've ever wanted to do is create. I want to make art, I want to make games, I want to make stories, I want to do tabletop, I want to make videos. But all of that stuff takes time and money that I don't have. And even if I have the time, like, I want to do art, and I have the time for art, I don't have the money for supplies. I do have awesome gaming PC that doesn't cost me any money to maintain, so that's why I do this, because this is something I can do without money. And there's a lot of things I want to do creatively that I just don't have the money to do, you know? Because we live in a capitalist hellscape, and supporting me on Ko-fi is really the best way to help the channel grow. That and, you know, just watching, sharing with your friends, talking about the channel, helping it grow. Because if you can't donate, somebody else can. Maybe not your friend, maybe not your friend's friend, but maybe your friend's 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 friend will be able to donate to me. So spread the channel around, share it with people who you think will enjoy my content, because all I want to do is create for all of you. Yeah, that's more or less this week's weekly news update. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and ta-ta for now.